The myth of being late in life. They won't say it to your face, but deep down, society whispers that your chance is gone. If you didn't make it by 30, people assume you never will. They call it being realistic, but in truth, it's quiet judgment. And the hardest part? At some point, you began to believe it. You scroll past faces younger than you gaining fame, fortune, attention. And in the back of your mind, a question stings. Did I miss my moment? You don't confess it out loud. But every time someone asks, "So, what are you doing these days?" it echoes. Shame doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's a whisper that says, "I should have figured it out by now." But here's a secret most people never hear. You are not late. You were simply given the wrong timeline. The years behind you were not wasted. They were building something no one else could see. Patience, depth, resilience. The fire that lasts the longest always takes longer to ignite. Early success may glitter, but often it's fragile. What you've been gathering is not applause, but roots. And roots grow silently, underground, until one day they become unshakable. Youth might look like power, but it's often noise. Late bloomers, on the other hand, move with precision. They change things not with noise, but with permanence. Because the truth is this: you are not behind schedule. You are arriving on your own. And the delay you thought was punishment might actually be protection. You weren't meant to rise when your ego was breakable. You were meant to rise when your foundation was unshakable. The world measures life in years and deadlines. But wisdom has no calendar. Awareness cannot be timed. If you've ever looked in the mirror and wondered, why does it feel like something inside me is still waiting? This is your answer. You are not late. You are preparing. Think about it. Who decided life must peak in youth? Who told us our best work must be squeezed into the first 30 years of existence? That's not truth. It's marketing. A story we inherited from a culture obsessed with speed. A culture that worships 20-year-old CEOs and viral stars, but forgets how many of them burn out before they ever find themselves. Speed does not equal meaning. Hype is not the same as greatness. Sprinting to keep up with timelines that don't belong to you is not success. It's fear. The fear of being left behind. But here's the reality. You're not behind anyone. You're simply on a path that is yours alone. Some of the most powerful stories begin not in youth, but in midlife. A restaurant empire at 65, a global fashion brand at 40, a best-selling novel at 55. These people didn't bloom late. They bloomed when they were ready. And that's the point. You don't need to catch up. You need to arrive slowly, deliberately, powerfully. Because here's what late bloomers carry that youth often can't: clarity. After years of setbacks, you recognize patterns faster. After failures, rejection no longer breaks you, it hardens you. After silence, you no longer need to prove. You simply build. Carl Jung called this individuation, the slow process of becoming your true self. It rarely happens in youth, because youth is still wearing masks handed down by society. Only when those masks begin to crack does authenticity rise. And authenticity is stronger than speed, louder than applause, and deeper than recognition. Success too early can breed arrogance. Success too late can breed wisdom. One chases attention, the other builds endurance. And in a world drowning in shallow victories, depth is revolutionary. Remember this: transformation rarely happens under the spotlight. It happens in silence, in invisible seasons where no one is watching, no one applauds, no one even notices. And yet, those are the seasons that shape the unshakable. The real battle isn't out there, it's in here. It's not money or opportunity that holds most people back. It's the script running quietly in their head. I'm too old. I'm too late. That window has closed. Those words aren't harmless. They're commands. and your subconscious listens to them until they become law. But you can rewrite the script. You can replace "I'm too late" with "I'm right on time." You can replace "I missed my chance" with "My chance is arriving now." At first, it feels fake. It should, because you're rehearsing a new identity, and every powerful identity feels uncomfortable before it feels natural. So no, you are not late. You are not behind. You are not finished. You are simply building quietly until the world can no longer ignore the ground shaking beneath your steps. And when you rise, you won't sprint. You won't panic. You won't beg for applause. You'll walk, calm, certain, unstoppable. Because late bloomers don't arrive empty. They arrive with depth. And that depth changes everything.